Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to ASAT podcast here on YouTube. And I didn't realize I was still on there. Let me peel that shit off. Alright. Oh, man. Get that. There we go. Got it centered. If y'all could actually see how I got to set this shit up. Because to my eye, that thing is not even close to the center, but the camera's eye, it's pretty good. Yeah. The DIY ethic here. Alright, what we got here is, this is from Brentwood. This is, excuse me, early 2000s. I know by 2004. This was, I know by when you get your tax returns for 2004, this was out. Because I'll tell the story real quick. I got home from work. Matter of fact, my car was in the shop. I got a buddy of mine to give me a ride home from work. Get home, check the mail. Holy shit, there's my income tax check. Okay, cool. I got a big ass check. We both of us got a big ass check. So, she gets home. I'm like, all right, Gets home like an hour later. I'm like, all right, look, we both got our income tax checks in. Let's put it together. Take half of it. Can we afford to take half of this and just put it in the savings? Have a little buffer. Yes, we can. Okay. Can we afford to take like a third of this and go blow it on something? Yeah. Okay, then we'll take the other part that's left over and buy some stuff. Yeah. So we're gonna go blow this shit on something. So hopped in her truck. Went to, I don't remember the name of the place. It was an electronic chain. I only ever saw on text. Like Cowboy Mahoney's is what's popping up in my head, but I don't think it was that at all. I don't think it was Cowboy Mahoney's. I think that's one around here. I think it was like Cons or something like this. But they always had good deals on electronics. So we went up there, and at the time we had a 35-inch, I think it was a Trinitron TV, decent little TV I had back in the computer room, which was kind of like my collection room, computer room, and all that. I had like an old 20-inch Zenith in there. In our bedroom, we had like a little 15, little small TV. Let's get us a good TV. So we went down to Cons, and I'm looking around, and I'd already done my research. I knew I wanted a plasma, and ended up getting this it was 40, was it 48 inches, 46, 42, something like that, Samsung. And this thing was, oh God, it was heavy. Because I told him, the TV was like $2,000. We checked out the one source. Like, it looked gorgeous. I looked back at all the hookups we wanted. I was like, all right, cool. We got this really nice TV now. Blu-ray had not come out yet. I was like, the big thing, was Superbit DVDs. How many people out there remember Superbit DVDs? There were DVDs where they had no extras, no nothing. So they didn't have to compress the stuff so much that they're supposed to look even better than a DVD. And they actually did. There wasn't a lot of them. So we get through getting TV, and they're like, hey, we'll deliver to your house in probably about 2 to 3 hours. We'll call first. Okay, cool. Well, right across the street from that place was the mall. Went into FYE or Sam Goody. One of those places. Found this, and what was it on Superbit? Like Starship Troopers or something like that. And I grabbed this because I liked the cover. And I was looking, I was like, okay, man, it's like all zombie shit. We got, Horror Rises from the Graves, Peter Cushing, John Hurt, Horror Rises from the Tomb, Zombie Flesh Eater, Zombie Hell House, and Night of the Ghoul. I'm like, I've heard of that. It's a Paul Naschy film. Okay, well, I'll grab it because this was like $8. So $2 a movie. And these Brentwood always had these really cool covers. Brentwood became BCI Eclipse or Ink and Paint Club if you did cartoon collections. And like, it was weird, like hardcore DVD nerds hated Brentwood because most of their shit, 90% of their shit was not licensed and stuff here they didn't figure anybody would come after them for, or it was, public domain. It was mostly VHS rips. Every once in a while they get hold of like a 16 millimeter print and rip that. But you got shit cheap, and most of the stuff was not out on DVD back then. So let's show you what it looks like real quick. You get one movie per side. This disc, it does not want to stay in there. One per side. This one is Zombie Flesh Eater. Doesn't say. trying to read. It's a bitch to read. Horror Rises from the Tombs. Okay. And then the other one. Where's it? All right. DVD special features include feature programs. That means the movies. That's a special feature. Interactive menus. That's a special feature back then. Scene access. Yeah. Basically, each film had a chapter stop. Like 4 chapter stops total. About every 20 minutes. Horror Rises from the Tomb. Not rated. Violence and nudity. This is the Paul Nash Horror Rises from the Tomb. There's 2 versions. There's like a really cut down version and uncut. This is the uncut. He plays a warlock that gets killed and he comes back alive. All right. 500 years ago, a warlock and his demonic mistress were put to death and vowing to return one day for revenge. Now, 5 centuries later, the horrors return as this undead couple unleashes a new nightmare of evil. Soon, a Miter City will be filled with flesh-eating zombies as the ultimate reign of terror begins. I don't really remember there being flesh-eating zombies in that, but okay. This is a great one here. That list has a zombie flesh eaters, not rated violence, adult situations. I'm gonna read this description and see if y'all can figure out what this is. So this is a fairly well-known Spanish horror. It's part of a series. There's 4 of those I think now. The deep blue sea will be stained blood red when zombie flesh eaters set sail looking for fresh victims. The passengers on a private pleasure cruise don't suspect the undead nightmare lurking in the hold of their ship. A dozen living dead corpses hungry for human flesh. And on the high seas, who can hear your screams? Approximately 89 minutes. This is Night of the Seagulls. Is Night of the Seagulls? Give me a second. I'm going to look this up. This is the 3rd of the Blind Dead series of films. I think Night of the Seagulls is that one. Give me a second. I'm over here at the computer looking it up. Oh, it's the 4th one. The Ghost Galleon. That's what this is, the Ghost Galleon. And what it is that this company, advertising companies want to drum up some interest for one of the products they're advertising for. They take these 2 miles and put them out to drift in a boat. And this creepy ship pulls up and they climb on board to it. And it's the Blind Dead, the Knights Templar. And it's not bad. It's actually decent. The dubbing is horrible, but, kind of, you're into Euro horror, especially from that era, the older, like 70s Euro horror, you kind of get used to just bad dubbing, All right, what we got next? We got Zombie Hell House, widescreen. This is the reason I bought this game. This is not my original copy. Bought it that night, like I said. Came home and we watched Starship Troopers Super Bit. And I was like, let's throw in one of these shitty DVDs to see what it looks like. We ended up watching Zombie Hell House, which, when it started, I'm like, motherfucker, I know what this is. I already own this. Anchor Base put this out. But we'll see if y'all can figure it out. It says widescreen, so hey, widescreen. Zombie Hell House, not rated violence. A crumbling old New England mansion holds a terrifying secret. A 100-year-old zombie living in the basement, staying alive with the blood of its victims. Now, an innocent young family has moved in, not suspecting the deadly secrets that lay waiting for them, thirsting for the blood. Who will be left and what will be left of them? Approximately 82 minutes. Give y'all a few seconds to figure out what that is. That is House by the Cemetery by Lucio Fulci. The only difference between this one and this is the fully uncut, everything's in right order, is at the very beginning when you get that title card, House by the Cemetery, it says Zombie Flesh Eaters. Supposedly, what I looked into is like when this got released in Zombie Hell House. When this got released in the UK back in the day, that's the title it went by. And I don't know where that got from. It's a widescreen print. Night of the Ghoul. As far as I know, this is the only way to get this one. Violence. A thing of unspeakable evil is waiting in the dark halls of an English mansion, living off human flesh and blood. One by one, its victims are slaughtered, each screaming hysterically as the unholy fiend attacks with sudden inhuman fury. Only one man has the power to stop the slaughter before the woman he loves becomes the next victim of the ghoul. Night of the Ghoul stars Peter Cushing and John Hurt. Cost me 80 minutes. It's the only way to get this one as far as I know, even now. It's not the best. Okay. This right here. This is why I ended up getting this again. Now, I had it years and years ago. So everybody watches off one of those. I moved in 2007 to where I live now. And this was 5 years ago, probably about 5 years ago. My car had died. The engine just went out in it. And I was trying to, I didn't want to touch my savings account too much. I've always, kind of got drilled into my parents and two of my grandparents. The other two, one of them died when I was little. The other one, she never talked to me about this kind of shit. Save as much money as you can. Always save money. Save money. Save money. Okay. So I was like, well, you know what? I got all these DVDs on the shelf. A lot of these I'm not watching. I haven't watched it forever. Now, my collection was not as big as it is now. So I pulled this pack and a few other things. And there's a local junk store around the corner. I went down there and the guy gave me like $20 for. It was probably like 5, 10 DVDs. I was just trying to clear out space, get rid of stuff. I sold a bunch of comics and shit. Well, then, earlier this year, I think it was before Christmas. Might have been right after. Joe Bob, last time Joe Bob showed her the newest season, which was season 3, I think, right? He showed House by the Cemetery one night. I'm sitting watching it, man. I want to see that again. So I went to my shelf. That's what material. I had the Anchor Bay. The old Anchor Bay DVD. I've never bought that. I don't want any full channel Blu-ray. There's a couple I want. Like, I want the Beyond. I pull it off my shelf. I come back out in the living room. I'm like, well, I'm going to watch the DVD now. I was doing shit on the computer, but I'm going to watch the DVD. I put it in. It don't play. Won't even recognize. Okay, well, sometimes players are like that. Try another player, same thing. Try my computer, same thing. Try my DVD burner drive I have, same thing. I'm like, motherfucker. It got disc rot. And I went looking, I'm like, well, I don't want to pay a fortune for the Blu-ray. The Anchor Bay one's out of print, but this right here I got for like $4 plus, $2 shipping off Amazon. I remember it's uncut, it's a widescreen print. Besides that little title change, that's the only thing different. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get this. Because like the Anchor Bay DVD was like $20, the Blu-ray's like $30, and no. Not a bad little set. In fact, I actually recommended it to a buddy of mine. I don't know how many of these you watch, Adam, but recommended it to him. But the thing is that he's in Canada. So shipping to Canada, it cost him almost like $24 to get to like, no, it ain't worth it. Matter of fact, if you're watching this, Adam, let me know. If any of these you want to see, you hadn't seen yet, I can make a copy of them and hook you up with the files. Hope y'all enjoyed that journey and my journey through getting this shitty stuff, this really cool cover, my big TV. I remember watching Zombie House and Girls with Them. I had never seen it. And when the little boy, Bob, or whatever it is, she hated his voice in that bat with all the blood. She's like, what? I was like, it's Lucio Fulci. Just pretend you're having a nightmare and just watch it. I'm out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Remember if I did. But boom, there's that thumb. Give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment, subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Comments. I don't always reply. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how to reply to this, or there's no way I can reply. You know what I'm saying? I do read every one of them, if you notice. I read, besides the spam ones, which, hey, I have no control over that shit. I currently run 8 different YouTube channels. 2 of them are my own. 1 of them is my father's. 5 others, I kind of run them for various people. And every one of them, usually within 10 minutes of a video going up, there'll be one that spam comments is like porn comment. I was like, oh, hey. But I'm out. Laters.